Hey, everybody.
Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Treasures series of questions and answers that we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wednesday, we do focus on storage unit tips.
Mondays.
What did I say?
Wednesday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Monday, we do storage unit tips. And then Wednesday and Friday, we've been concentrating on doing more Q&A of questions that either people have asked us or questions that we would ask of another buyer. But before we do today's topic, I do want to mention one thing. You guys noticed that we don't have a Starbucks with us today. It is a new month. It is March. And Tracy and I have been doing this healthy eating goals for the year of 2025, sort of like a New Year's resolution. But we're doing it in a monthly segments. So we've been giving up certain foods that are considered bad for you. So we started out in January with giving up red meats and processed meats. And we went through the entire month with not eating any red meat or processed meats. And that was very, very good. We actually accomplished that goal. And February, which ended last Friday, we did not have any deep fried items. No French fries, no fried chicken, no chicken wings, no tortilla chips, no potato chips in general, unless they were baked. And we accomplished that one also. So this month, for the month of March, which is a little bit different, we are giving up a chocolate,
candy, and we're trying to limit our sweetened beverages.
Yes, sweetened beverages. We've also given up gummies too, or at least I have. So, so that's why you don't see us with a Starbucks. We're trying to limit that down to about once a week. About once a week that we will go to a Starbucks and have it, because that is a very, very high sugar. And it's not, even with our coffees, we try to limit. For me, I'm going to be doing one coffee a day because I like coffee. No, I should rephrase that. I don't like coffee, but I like coffee. That makes sense.
He likes coffee with lots of cream and sugar in it.
There you go. So I like cream and sugar. Okay, but today's question, this is a big question right here. Should you negotiate a deal at yard sales? Okay. What do you think, babe?
I think I don't like negotiating. I'm a little socially awkward. I'm sure you haven't noticed that in video at all. But no, it doesn't come across in the video, I know.
Yeah.
But I get a little bit anxious, going up to people and being like, hey, will you take $5 for this? It makes me uncomfortable. That being said, there's times that sometimes I might want a better deal and I will get this one to negotiate for me.
She does that, and I will say this, she's also negotiated some too in certain things. The reason why a lot of people, first off, is it an implied thing to negotiate at a yard sale? Do they mark up stuff just so that people can come in and negotiate a price down?
I think that varies from person to person. I think some people seem almost offended when you ask for a lower price, and some people are like, oh, heck yeah, because they expected it.
Yeah, and I guess for that one, what's the purpose of the yard sale?
Right.
Is it a moving sale? Are they downsizing? Are they doing spring cleaning? Spring cleaning is right around the corner, and yard sales have started to pop around our area too. I know down in Florida, I see Paula Philly Flippers hitting them all the time, and I know Ryan at Gulf Coast Pickers. 2 shout outs. Wow, very good. I know. Those two have already talked about and seen. I've seen videos of yard sales and stuff. But they're just now starting to come around in this area. But is it implied that when you go to a yard sale? That's a good question. Please let us know in the chat what you guys think. Is it implied that when you go to a yard sale, you should be negotiating? Okay. Asking for a deal. My issue is lowballers, okay? Lowballers are people that are going to come in, okay? And this is like a $1,000 iPhone, okay? And the person has it up there for $500, okay? And you know that you could turn around and sell that for $1,000. Of course, these are just arbitrary numbers, guys. I'm not saying that that's what it is. All right, but arbitrary numbers. And then you go in there and you say, would you take $50 for it? That puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth, okay? If I'm at a yard sale, a lot of the things that Tracy and I do, or we will listen to what other people are doing. If it's a big crowded sale and there's a lot of stuff going on, there's commotion over here, there's thing over there, and I'll see these people and they'll come up and they'll say, hey, will you take 50 cents for this? And it's like $1 item. And I hear the people say, no, I'm not gonna take 50 cents for that. Or it's a $5 item and they say, will you take $4 for it? And the people immediately say yes. Okay, now I know that, yeah, they're open for taking offers on individual items. And again, I am talking about like one individual item. If you just find one item at a yard sale, we are going to discuss bundling in a minute as a means of lowering prices on stuff. Generally speaking, when I first started yard selling and sourcing, I negotiated everything. I tried to negotiate every single thing. If it was a little plane for 50 cents, I asked for a quarter. Okay.
He was one of those people.
I was one of those people, yes. Now I'm at the point right now. Well, here's the thing. And a lot of people will say this. As a reseller, you make your money on the buy. Okay. I always tell people you make your money on the buy and you earn your money on the sale. Okay, so the buy cost of your item is really the most important part of reselling, not the selling price, okay? Because the market's going to determine the selling price. It's you, the only thing that you really have a lot of control over is the buying price. What are you paying for that particular item? So going into a yard sale and you see one of the first things that Tracy and I do is we look, are things priced? Do the things have an item on there? There's rules of thought of that. If you're having a yard sale and you don't price your items, the items that people bring up to you, you already got them on a hook because you know that they're interested in buying the item, okay? Or you price all of your stuff because you want to get rid of it and you want to fly it. You have a table. Everything on the table is $1. There you go. Okay.
I much prefer sales where stuff's already priced.
Yeah, she really, really does. She can't stand sales where stuff's not priced because she makes me go up there and ask, how much is this? Go find out how much this is for me. I hear that 1,000 times. If you look at some of our sourcing videos, which we don't have a lot of sourcing videos. So for us, I'm not a huge fan of sourcing videos. I'm not even a huge fan of what's sold videos. I like them, I watch them mainly, but I'm looking for something different than other people are looking at. A lot of people look at them and go, damn, that guy just got so lucky, or that person just got so lucky getting that at that price and then selling it for that price. Wow, I wish I could find that. For me, I look at it as that's a bolo, which is something we might cover later in another video. But for us, it's really it's you as a reseller. And the sale itself, some sales lend to it. It's a moving sale. Everything must go. They're getting a ball. They're not low ball. They're getting an offer. I'm going to make an offer. No matter what, if I get one item, I'm going to make an offer on it because they're trying to sell it. I want to help them accomplish their goal of getting rid of all of these things. Or I go to a yard sale and nothing is priced and there's like maybe 10 things, and when I go up to ask about a price, the very first thing the person tells me is the story of the item.
That's always a bad sign.
Or this goes for this much on eBay.
Or I spent this much for the item.
Yeah, I've gotten that. That was a big one right there. The guy said, "Well, I spent $75 for that item. I'll take 73." And I'm going, okay.
He's not exaggerating on this one either.
I'm not. That's literally what was said to me. And the best part about it, well, not the best part, the part about it that made even less sense is the item was over 10 years old. Well over 10 years old. And I'm just looking at it going, okay. And at that point, I know that I don't have to worry about trying to negotiate because there is no negotiating room.
Let me mention something that I think about with making offers and negotiation is the time it takes you to do that. We live in Georgia. We have a longer reselling season than some, but shorter than others. We get pretty good yard sales from late March through June, and then again from like August through October. But the rest of the year, there's no sales. Dead of summer, dead of winter, nothing.
There might be the odd one or two of somebody moving. And
yeah.
They'll call it a yard sale, estate sale type thing.
But as I was saying, we have a limited yard sale season, and they're really only popping on Saturday with a little bit on Friday. We don't do the Thursday and Sunday sales here. So my yard selling time is limited. By me going to everyone and trying to negotiate down and everything, that's taking away time that I could be going to that next sale, that next sale, that next sale. Whereas if I just see it on the table, it's $2. I'm going to pay the $2. I get to go.
And you know what the funny thing is this is a good one because we just talked about this on Monday, okay, of nickel holding up $1. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. You are holding up your opportunity to go to the next yard sale. Community yard sales. There you go. 50 yard sales in the thing. We could never hit them all. Okay. There's a place called Legacy Park in Kennesaw, Georgia that it is absolutely huge. Probably I would say 500 to 600 yard sales in there, and they do it on one day, a Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's just me and her. That's it. So when we're going into that, we drive up to a yard sale, and I pick up an item, and let's say it's this item right here, and they have $2 on it, and I want to pay them $1. Oh my good golly, man! Come on, really seriously? For me, and I used to do that, but
I can hand them the $2. I can go. I can be at the next sale while someone's behind me, still poking around. And
exactly.
Time is money.
Yeah, time is definitely money, and nickel holding up $1. One of the big things for it. And again, listen to what's happening. We've been to yard sales where people would come up and they would start asking about a deal, and the first thing I hear is, well, we paid this for that, or we got this at on Amazon, and we just bought it and it's brand new and it's sold for this. At that point, I already know there's no reason for me to try to negotiate. If it is something that I still think I can flip, I'll just pay their asking price. Okay.
I'll talk about the one time that I make offers is on bundles. If I go to a yard sale, let's say they have 20 Barbie dolls. The Barbie dolls are marked at $8 each. And I would like to have those dolls because I know that I can sell them anywhere from $15 to $30 because they're, kind of average 90s Barbies, let's say. At that point, if I see 30 of them, I might make an offer on the whole thing that saves me money and still sounds good.
It saves time.
Instead of telling them, hey, I'll give you $5 each for them, I'm going to do that math in my head and be like, well, you take $150 for everything.
Yeah.
That number sounds really good to them, and they're more likely to take it, and it gets me out of there quicker.
Yeah, and exactly. And then at that time, because one of the hardest things, all right, bundling items. That's another thing that you can do at a yard sale in order to get without negotiating at that time. You make a bundle, you make a pile, you put all of that stuff together, and they say, how much for all of this right here? Have a number in your head.
Yeah.
Have a number in your head. There is a saying that says the first person that comes out with a number is usually going to regret it.
That is true.
They say that's they end up at the bad end of the stick, or whatever the saying is. I'll have a number in my head, and we were at an estate sale one time, and the number that we had in our head was like $200, okay, for this large quantity of items. And the woman, when I asked, I said, well, how much for everything that's in this area right here? She had to hem and haw, and in my head, I have $200 in my head. She goes, $20. I immediately stopped myself from going, hell yes, right now, here you go. I went, oh, okay, well, all right, I'll give you $20, but, and that was an odd case. That does happen on occasions and stuff like that, where you put out all of this stuff. One of the things that I do is I always try to point out the more expensive items, because I don't want the people to
think that I'm trying to
rip them off or anything like that. So there's rules of thought on all of that. When I see comic books on there and the guy says $1 a piece, I look at that box and I'll say, I'll give you $20 for the whole box, depending on how full it is or whatever it may be. That's going to be something that he benefits from, because he's not going to sell all of the comic books, because we've all had yard sales. If you've had a yard sale and you sold out everything in the yard sale, you are a genius, and I need to see your matrix on how you do all of that stuff, okay? Unless you have like 5 items, all right? But if you have a yard sale, you're not anticipating selling everything. So my rule of thought, and this is a good rule of thought if you're inclined to it, is I want both parties, us and the seller, to be happy with the deal.
Yes.
Okay. Whether it helps them accomplish something, whether it's, you know, us taking care of, we're going to make money because I couldn't make money if I bought these video games at $5 a piece, but I can make it at $1 a piece, and they had 100 of them and I offer them $50. That's fine. Okay. Because we're both happy with the deal. They wanted to get rid of them. I needed to make money. Okay. That's my rule of thought whenever I go to a yard sale. Now, I will say, when the people that are having the yard sales are a-holes, okay, I will lowball the hell out of them, okay? Case in point, me trying to give one of my Jack's Treasure stickers to somebody, and the words out of his mouth were, I don't want that. That was the words out of his mouth, okay? Well, everything that he was selling for 50 cents, I dropped that sucker down to a quarter faster than you could say, you know, Swiss cheese. I had that thing in my head. I'm like, well, I got this whole pile over here, which I was going to offer him $20 for. I'll give you $5 for the whole pile. Okay. Because yeah, I mean, come on. All right. There's ways to handle it. If you're having a yard sale, there's ways to do things. You could write firm on stuff and then people know. All right. Even then, when Tracy and I have a yard sale, we get that. I have firm written on an item, and I'll still have people say, hey, Can I take $5 for this?
And I will tell you one thing about me in making offers and everything, and this is just my personal opinion, is I will not negotiate with children. I want to find their parent and make sure I'm approaching that, because I don't think that's fair.
Well, there's a ethical thing to that of, you know, yeah.
Went up to a kid. They had a bunch of Pokemon cards. I wanted to buy them all. I found the mom and I asked, because this was a small child, it's like, how much will y'all sell me this? Because the kid, I don't think they're going to grasp, you know, me offering $20.
They're going to do either two things. Because one of the yard sales that we went to, that the young man had Pokemon cards. And I said, well, how much for all of the cards?
Like
and I'm sitting here thinking, no, he was like $3,000.
It was crazy.
And I was like, okay, $3,000. Can I negotiate at that point? Nope, not at all. Okay, I mean, what am I going to do?
But yeah, I won't negotiate with kids.
My negotiating number was $25. He wanted $3,000 for these cards. And I just don't do that. So again, this is just our opinions. Please share your opinions. Share some of your stories down there below. Roman, I know you have some stories on yard selling. So tell us how you guys feel about negotiating at yard sales. Do you do it? Do you just say, okay, I'll just give you the money that you're doing? And also down below, there'll be a link to Stop Soldier Suicide. Please help us. There are 20 soldiers on average, 20 soldiers a day commit suicide, veterans, and Stop Soldier Suicide is a great organization that is trying to reduce that number. We're working with them, even though they don't know it and stuff. I'm probably going to reach out to them eventually if we get to enough subscribers and stuff like that. But see if I can get some merch.
Like, share, subscribe, and pet a cat.
Thank you. Peace out.
Bye.